So just 2 minutes overview I will give. What is software testing, verification and validation. Verification and validation. Verification means already explained. Whether one software is properly implemented or not is called as a verification. Validation means the implemented software meets the customer requirement, and that is called as a validation. So verification is also called as a static testing. Validation is also called as a dynamic testing. So verification means implemented correctly or not. Validation means is it properly working or not. That is the both verification and validation. So what is the main objective of the software testing? To identify the defects. SDM given word. What is a defect? What is the bug? What is the failure? What is an error? Yes. Defect means the deviation between expected result and actual result. Who will identify? Test engineer will identify the defect. So what is the bug? Bug means, so whenever defect is identified, if the developers are accepted defects, then those are called as a bugs. Yes. What is a failure? Defects reach to the end users. End users. Then those are called as failure. What is an error? Human mistakes while developing code, like logical and syntax mistakes. So as they already we have discussed. So as a test engineer point of view, I am calling as a defect. If the developer is accepted, then it is called as a bug. Defects reach to the end user, then that is called as a failure. In the program, any logical syntax mistakes are there, that is called as a error. So 4 words are different, but the context is same. As them give an example: good morning, Shubhodaya, Suprabhat, Shubhodayam, Kale Vanakkam. So context is same, but the words are different. Same like that here also. Defect, bug, failure, error, 4 different words, but the context is same only. Whenever it is resolved, automatically the quality will be increased. Yes. So now, observe carefully. At the time of developing an application, what are the activities we are following? Whatever the activities means, some of the activities. Some of the activities means, sir, in that one, for every project, these activities are common. For every project, these activities are common. That is, first activity is coding. For the coding, there is one life cycle is there, SDLC, software development life cycle. Sir, what is the coding? Coding means, everybody knows about that. Writing programs by using programming language in order to develop an application. Who is performing? It is performed by the developers. Enough. Simple. Because for every application, First of all, coding is required. Without coding, there is no application. For that, there is life cycle is there, SDLC is available there. Second one, testing. For that one life cycle is there, that is SDLC. So nowadays, every organization, they will maintain a separate testing team, because once application will be implemented, it is given to the separate testing team. In general, every organization will maintain separate testing team. After successfully application developed, that will be delivered to separate testing team. Yes. Sir, what is the testing? One more definition I'm giving. Validating an application based on client requirements and expectations is called as a testing. Yes, observe. So starting I'm giving one definition now. That is also perfect. Verification and validation of application is called as a testing. Same like that. Same, one application is there, I need to validate that application based on the client requirements and expectations. That is also called as a testing. Who are the members in the testing? Sir, first higher official is test manager, test lead, senior test engineer, test engineer or trainer. Because first all projects will be maintained by the test manager. Next to test lead, he will manage one project and team. Senior test engineer, fresher test engineer, testing training. Sir, first coding will be done. After coding, application given to the testing purpose. Next, third one, defect reporting. BLC, that is bug life cycle. What is the defect reporting? Observe carefully. Who is identifying the defects? Test engineer. Very good. Sir, once identified test engineer, what is a defect? Bug. Test engineer will intimate it to the developer. If is accepted, then it is a bug. Same thing. Notifying about the defects, sir, I am intimating defects to the developer, is called as a defect reporting. Notifying about the defects to the developers is called as a defect reporting. Who will done? It is performed by test engineer. Either manually or by using defect tracking tools like Bugzilla, Jira, ALM, etc. Yes, I can do defect reporting by manually or else by using tool also I can use, sir. So first SDLC, STLC, BLC. Sir, once I intimate defects, what to do? Developer will do debugging activity. What is that? Debugging. Debugging means, sir, just now, yesterday I discussed error. What is an error? Within the program, any mistakes are there, like logical syntax mistakes. Sir, suppose you are written on C program, assume simple C program. The output is not coming properly. So something goes wrong in that coding. So what to do? We have to execute line by line, step by step execution to identify root cause for an error. Why error? What is the problem? That procedure is called as a debugging. Analyze the source code of application in order to identify root cause for a defect. Who will done? It is performed by the developer. Yes, because once I'm intimated defect, our job is done. As a test engineer, your job is just identifying defect, intimated to the developer. Enough. Oh, what is the reason for the defect? Okay, in the coding something goes wrong. So what is the wrong in the coding? Who can identify? Developer, they can identify. So developer will do debugging. What is the root cause for an error? After that, bug fixing. Bug fixing means they change the source code. Means modifying source code of application in order to solve the defect. Bug fixing or so totally 5 activities are available. Sir, any project common. First coding compulsory. For that SDLC. Next testing is compulsory. For that STLC. Next defect reporting BLC. Next debugging. After that bug fixing. 5 activities are available there. Common. Okay, next. Sir, so many students have down. Yesterday also they are asking so many doubts. Sir, if you want to attend any interview, if you want to get the job, what skill set is required as a test engineer? What the skill set required for the test engineer? No, sir. Skill set required for a test engineer, yes. First to Tejasvi, manual testing is compulsory. Without manual testing, there is no interview, no chance of interview. Compulsory manual testing is pakka. Okay, once manual testing is done, okay, now after that, knowledge on any one of the functionality testing tool, like nowadays Selenium is there. Compulsory one automation tool is pakka required. Knowledge on defect tracking tools like QC, Jira, etc. Next, fourth one not required. If it is there, added advantage. Some portion of knowledge on database, Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, etc. Next, any one of the programming language like Python, because Python is very easy. So in all these four, observe carefully. These three are pakka mandatory. Don't bother. Remaining two, your wish. If it is their added advantage, not compulsory, I am telling. Okay, now? First three pakka. Manual testing compulsory, Selenium compulsory, one defect tracking tool compulsory. That's why in my course content, I am explaining all those manual, automation, Bantis, all this. Database and Python is your vision. Sir, if you have more technologies in your resume, definitely your resume will be shortlisted. Yes or no? Yes. Based on the technologies, based on the knowledge, your resume will be shortlisted, it will be selected. That's why last two are optional. If it is there, pakka you will get the job. But initially not required for you. Okay, na? Don't bother about that. Next. Once it is done, software testing methods. Any organization, they can use two types of testing. What are those two types? Maximum everyone knows about that. Manual testing, automation testing. So first of all, what is the manual testing part? Already we know about that manual testing. Manual means simple. As a test engineer, direct I can interact with an application, I can test the application functional behavior without using any automation tool. That type of testing is called as manual testing. Simply, I'm giving an example also. In the classroom, it is offline class. There are so many guys are there. Okay. Whenever I'm taking the class, some guys are go and sit in the last bench happily sleeping. Who are sleeping in the last bench? I will go and give left and right. That is called as manual procedure. Automation means I can make one robot in the classroom. I can give instruction to a robot. Hey robot, if anybody is sleeping in the classroom, go and give left and right. Then that is called as automation. So first to see manual testing. Manual testing means it is the process of testing an application manually without using automation tool. Means, sir, suppose I have an application is there. Selenium Mahesh.com example. HMS. I am entering admin, entering and password, login. So what I'm doing, manually I open the Selenium.Mahesh.com. Manually I'm clicking on HMS. Manually I'm entering username, password. Click on login and click on logout. So this process is called as manual procedure because I am doing completely manually without any automation tool, nothing. Login button working or not working, manually I am doing. That is called as manual testing. So in manual testing, test engineer derives and executes test cases and generates manual. example, I will show some test cases. Later I will explain that one, how to write those test cases. So like this, some manual test cases we will write. Yes, I will explain this one. Next topic we will see. Just test case ID, description, step names, everything. Like that in the Excel sheet we can write all the test cases. I will tell how to write test cases. Okay, no? Don't bother about that. So present in manual testing, test engineer derives and executes the test cases and generates test reports manually. Wow, one more thing. In manual testing, there are two types of approaches. Wow, what are those? One is, second one is dynamic testing. Two approaches are available. Sir, what is static testing? Sir, observe, based on this, I will ask three questions to you. Okay, now, what is the static means? Suppose if I open any page, yes, in this page. Sir, login button is available, not available? Yes, available. Reset button is available, not available? Yes, available. That is called as static. Means without execution of application, we can identify defects is called as static testing, also called as verification. What we are checking, we can checking the requirement document, design documents by using peer reviews walkthroughs, because I'm not doing any actions, just to open application, see that identify, means without execution application, without execution of application, identify defects is called as static testing or verification. Sir, where we are performing? Simple, because application is not ready, just I'm performing on the documentation only. It includes checking of requirement documents, design documents, etc. How to perform? We can perform static testing peer reviews, walkthroughs, inspections. For example, static testing, verify spelling mistakes in buttons, labels is a static. Suppose in this application, in the username, any spelling mistake is there, login, reset. So availability of the components, spelling mistake, alignments, all these are called as our static, because I don't want to execute application, just I open and identify. Okay, that type of testing is called as a static testing. Mari, what is the dynamic? Dynamic means, sir, login is working or not working? Wow. So compulsory you have to enter some data. Yes, admin. And if you enter wrong password, click on login. Yes, it will give error message. then I need to tell happily, yes, login button is working because I enter wrong username, wrong password. This is called as dynamic. Dynamic means compulsory I can perform some operations, I can execute. That is called as dynamic testing. Perform the testing with execution of application is called as a dynamic testing, where we are performing it includes checking off every feature of total application, because I need to check each and every feature, login button, reset button, logout button, everything I want to check. That is called as a dynamic testing. So static means without execution of application I am checking, that is called as a static. Dynamic means at the time of execution I am identifying mistake, that is called as a dynamic testing. So what are the different testing techniques are there to perform dynamic? What are those? White box testing, black box testing, gray box testing, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, UAT, all are called as dynamic testing techniques. So example, validate login button is correctly working or not in HMS is a dynamic testing. Means see, in the HMS, yes, login button is there. I want to check that button working or not working. Yes, dynamic, because without performing operation I'm not able to identify. So I have to enter data, either valid data, invalid data, wrong data, anything. You have to perform. For example, I want to take calculator. Sir, here all buttons are available, not available, available. That is called as a static verification. Sir, I want to this multiplication button working or not working. You have to perform 5 into 6 equal to, yes, perfect. Sir, this button working, not working, click it. If you close this, is it closing, not closing? Yes, click it, dynamic. So while execution of application, we are able to identify mistake, that is called as a dynamic. So observe, two types of testings are there, manual automation. Manual means the process of testing an application manually without using any automation tool. Manual testing, test engineer derives and executes the test cases, generates test report manually. Here again, two types of approaches are there, static and dynamic. Static means without execution of application, identifying the defects is called as static or verification. It includes checking of requirements, documents, design documentation. So peer reviews, walkthroughs, inspections. Dynamic means compulsory execution is required. It includes verifying features of each and every application. Dynamic testing methods, white box, black box, gray box, unit, integration, system, and UAT. Example I'm giving. Perfect. Now, automation testing, second category. Because here one is manual, sir, somewhere else already I'm given. Sorry, here already I'm given. Second one, automation testing. Yes. So what is automation? Just I'm given now. If I go and give left and right to the student, is called as a manual. If I'm given instruction to the tool, means robo will give left and right to the students, called as automation. So if we do calculations manually, that is okay. If we can do calculations by using calculator, that is called as automation. Suppose I want to do 1, 2, 3 into 4, 5, 6. What is the result? 1, 2, 3 into 4, 5, 6. What is the result? I can use calculator. 56,088. This is automation. Manual means it will take so much time. Sir, suppose you want to go to any shopping complex. There are 6 floors are there. You want to go to the 5th floor. If you are using by using steps, yes, it is manual procedure. If you can use lift or escalator, it is automation. So automation testing means we need to automate human activities with programming language or any tool. That is called as automation. Automating. Human activities. With the programming language or any third party tool is known as automation. Very good. Sir, at the time of manual testing, what we are writing? Test cases. Just now I opened test cases. Yes. Oh, these test cases I can convert into test scripts. That is also called as automation. Observe the process of converting manual test cases into test scripts by using some tool is also known as automation. So how test scripts are said? Simple. I will show test script. Observe morning batch 8 AM batch is there. Morning I have 2 batches running, evening 2 batches. So see, just simple programs only. These are all same HMS login I can do by using automation. Let's see. I'm open the HMS application. Yes, I'm clicking on HMS, enter username admin, password, click on login, log out. See, previously manually I am entering usernames, password and everything. Okay, that is the scripting, sir. Later on we will see at the time of automation, no problem. Now, sir, what is automation means? Performing testing activities by using some automation tool is known as automation testing. Means, so just I'm converting test case into test script. It's called as automation only, but I can do testing activities with the tool called as automation testing. Whatever the tools are there. What are those? So starting QTP is there. Now the name is changed as a UFT. Present tool is Selenium, are very popular tool. Lisa, Tosca, Cucumber, or Renorex. So n number of tools are there. But present, what is the trending tool? Selenium. Very good. That's why we are learning manual plus Selenium, sir. Enough, that is. Manual and Selenium is enough. So now, last point. In automation testing, automation engineer is responsible to develop and executes the test scripts. So that is two approaches, sir. Observe carefully. So testing methods are there: manual automation. Manual means directly interact with an application. Automation means with the help of the tool we can do the testing activities. Next note. Test cases is related manual testing and can be developed in Excel file. There's no saying where we are writing test cases. Excel files only. Now, so in the manuals are no programming, nothing, sir. Only theory part only. But test scripts are related to automation testing and can be developed by using language like Java, Python, Ruby, Perl script, PHP, .NET, etc. Anything we can use. That is about automation testing. So see, observe carefully what we discussed today. Software testing, verification, validation. What is defect, bug, failure, error? Whatever the actors you are doing at the time of coding, first coding, next to testing, defect reporting, debugging, bug fixing. What skill set required? Manual testing is compulsory. Next to one of the automation tool, Selenium. Next to knowledge on defect tracking tool. Next to are optional, sir. Sir, if you have Python knowledge in your hand, sir, definitely will get the job, sir, because nowadays Selenium with Python, so many opportunities are there. Once you learn Python, tomorrow if you want to go to DevOps everywhere, it is useful. How many testing methods are there? Two are there, manual and automation. Sir, based on this, I will ask 3 questions. Please find out these 3 questions. First question. Difference between manual testing and automation testing. First question, identify. Second question, difference between verification and validation. Third question, difference between debugging and testing. Identify these 3 questions and answers. Because up to now what I explained, in that only answers are available, sir. Yes, manual testing and automation testing. After that, verification and validation. Next, debugging and testing. Identify the answers. Up to now what we discussed, in that only these 3 questions will come. And now, today anybody new guys are there? Any doubts about course and all those things? If any new guys are there today, first of all, raise your hands.